Hello guys, welcome back to FC Sean Predicts. Today we're going to be predicting Premier League match week 26. Without a further ado, let's go. First match of the week, Leicester hosting Brentford, 19th against the 11th. Leicester in their last outing had a very impressive game against Arsenal. They had the same amount of shots on target in the first half, defending very well. Those two conceded goals were in the last 9 minutes and they lost that game 2-0. Brentford from the other side scored in the 4th minute against West Ham and attacked the whole first half, but in the second half the plan looked like to park the bus and defend that 1-0 lead. They led West Ham to have 60% possession, 6 shots on target versus Brentford's 3, but West Ham still weren't able to score. The game ended 1-0 for Brentford. I'm not too sure if Leicester is going to put up a fight like they did against Arsenal, or they're going to get to their old ways and just lose the game. In reverse fixture, Brentford were able to defeat Leicester 4-1, but in 2022-23 season, both games ended in a draw 2-2 and 1-1. So I don't think there's much to talk here. I believe Brentford is going to get their 3 points. My score prediction for this match is 1-2 for Brentford. And my tip is Brentford double chance combined with both teams to score odds 1.80. On to the next one, Everton will be hosting Manchester United, 14th against the 15th. This is going to be a super interesting game and I'll tell you why. David Moyes is doing a terrific job after appointed as Everton's coach second time. Ever since he had 6 games, won 4 and drew that shocking game against Liverpool 2-2. And right after that they beat Crystal Palace 2-1 in an away match. And Manchester United from the other side, as we predicted, lost to Tottenham in their last outing. In reverse fixture, Manchester United were able to win 4-0. That was back in December. But this Everton is not the same Everton that was back in December. After David Moyes' arrival, everything changed. Now they keep accumulating points after points and keep going up in the table. I feel like the home team may pull an upset here and David Moyes may have some personal issues with Manchester United for being sacked. And the fun fact is David Moyes was sacked back in 2014 after Manchester United's game against Everton, which they lost 2-0. So let's see if he can pull an upset in this one. So my score prediction for this game is 1-0 for Everton and my tip is Everton double chance combined with under 3.5 goals odds 1.72. Or if you want something slightly better, then both teams to score odds 1.83. On to the next one, Bournemouth hosting Wolves, 5th against the 17th. Bournemouth were able to defeat Southampton 3-1, where we predicted the exact score and they were able to get back into the top 5. And they seem super eager to qualify for the European competitions for the next season. Wolves, however, if there was ever a definition of playing toe-to-toe, then that game would be Wolves against Liverpool. In their last outing, they had the exact same possession, 50%, 16 shots against Liverpool's 14, and 4 shots on target against Liverpool's 3. They did lose the first half 2-0, but in the second half they were so close to make a comeback. They scored 1, the game was 2-1, and they had 10 shots, where Liverpool had 0 shots on target and just was trying to survive the game. As I said, Bournemouth are desperately trying to make it into the top 4. They are only 1 point away from the 4th place Manchester City. In the reverse fixture, Bournemouth were able to defeat Wolves 4-2, but the last time Wolves visited Bournemouth, they were able to defeat the Cherries 2-1. To be honest, I don't know. If Wolves are going to play the same way they did against Liverpool, they should be able to get something out of this game. But my score prediction for this match is 2-1 for Bournemouth, and my tip is Bournemouth to win, combined with under 4.5 goals, odds 1.90. Or if you want something juicier, then Bournemouth to win combined with both teams to score, odds 2.70. On to the next one, Ipswich Town will be hosting Tottenham, 18th against the 12th. Ipswich Town put up a fight when you expect the least, but when they play against the worst team in the Premier League, how did they lose their home game against Southampton and then visit to Villa Park, get a red card in the first half, and take a point home? That was an impressive game right there. Tottenham from the other side defeated Manchester United just like we predicted and improved their position in the table, but still far away from European competition spots. To be precise, they are 13 points away from that zone. The fun fact in this game is when Ipswich visited Tottenham, the game ended 2-1 for the guests. And the last time Spurs visited Ipswich was 23 years ago, back in 2002, where the game ended 2-1 for Ipswich as well. And one more unbelievable fact is the last 4 times these two teams faced each other, all 4 games were won by Ipswich Town. But for this game, my score prediction is 1-2 for Tottenham, and my tip is both teams to score combined with under 4.5 goals, odds 1.95. On to the next one, Southampton hosting Brighton, 20th against the 10th. Brighton, after getting humiliated against Nottingham Forest, they were so upset they let it out twice against Chelsea back to back. First in an FA Cup match where they won 2-1, and after a few days they met again where Brighton were able to defeat Chelsea again 3-0. What a way to bounce back after 7-0 loss. And as expected, Southampton lost to Bournemouth 1-3. Unfortunately, they consistently show that their current squad is not a Premier League quality. So I don't think Brighton is going to drop any points here. Despite the reverse fixture ending 1-1 draw, I think Brighton would try to improve that with their second try. So my score prediction for this match is 1-2 for Brighton, and my tip is Brighton to win combined with under 4.5 goals, odds 1.90. On to the next one, Arsenal hosting West Ham, 2nd against the 16th. Arsenal in their last outing visited Leicester and were able to score 2 goals in the second half and take all 3 points home, whereas West Ham lost 1-0 at home against Brentford. The Gunners are only 6 points away from Liverpool, and if they will ever have a shot at the title, then this would be the perfect time to catch up with those, because Liverpool's next fixtures are as follow. First, they have an away match against Aston Villa, and then another away game against Manchester City, and then after that, they have to face Newcastle at home. So you never know how many points they may drop in those 3 fixtures alone. So this is a must-win game for Arsenal, and they have to take advantage of this West Ham's bad form, and I think that's exactly what they're gonna do. Just a reminder, in reverse fixture, the game ended 5-2 for Arsenal. So my score prediction for this game is 3-0 for Arsenal, and my tip is Arsenal to win combined with under 3.5 goals, meaning 3 or less goals in the game, odds 1.82. Or if you ask me for something even better, then Arsenal to score 3 or more goals, odds 2.23. On to the next one, Fulham hosting Crystal Palace, 8th against the 13th. Oh boy, in my previous prediction I said that if the history is gonna repeat itself, then Fulham should be able to defeat Nottingham Forest after beating Newcastle, just like how Bournemouth did it, and that's exactly what happened. And Crystal Palace, however, lost at home against Everton 2-1. I'm looking forward to this game, and I'm super curious if Fulham is going to keep up their form after beating the likes of Nottingham and Newcastle back to back. In reverse fixture, Fulham were able to defeat Palace 2-0, but last season when Crystal Palace visited Fulham, the game ended 1-1 draw. But I feel like that Fulham are in a much better form than Palace, so I believe they're going to get their 3 points at home. My score prediction for this game is 2-1 for Fulham. And my tip is Fulham to score 2 or more goals, odds 2.10. On to the next one, Aston Villa hosting Chelsea, 9th against the 6th. Chelsea, what a horrible loss against Brighton, 3-0, 0 shots on target. Most of the Chelsea fans were blaming Nicholas Jackson before he got injured, and now with him being in the bench, they have 0 shots on target in the games. You cannot make this up. Aston Villa did the same thing. They couldn't get their 3 points at home against the relegation zone team Ipswich Town. Despite the fact Ipswich got a red card in the first half, but all Aston Villa could do is play for over an hour against 10 men and only score 1 goal. And as a matter of fact, Aston Villa conceded a goal playing against 10 men and could never recover from that to win the game. They only scored 1 in return, and that was all. Quick reminder that Aston Villa has a tough midweek game against Liverpool, so I'm not sure if that's gonna somehow influence their game against Chelsea. But one thing is for sure, both teams have disappointed their fans badly in their last outing, and let's see if they can do something about it in this game. The reverse fixture between these two teams ended 3-0 for Chelsea, but the last time Chelsea visited Villa Park, the game ended 2-2 draw. So my score prediction for this game is 2-2 draw, and my tip is both teams to score combined with under 4.5 goals, odds 1.85. On to the next one, Newcastle hosting Nottingham Forest. What a game this is gonna be. I'm definitely watching this one. We have 7th playing against the 3rd. Newcastle got humiliated playing against Manchester City in an away match and they lost that game 4-0. And it felt like they got punished for City's loss against Real Madrid. Nottingham from the other side lost in an away match against Fulham 2-1, but still maintaining their 3rd European competition spot. And in reverse fixture when Newcastle visited Nottingham, the game ended 3-1 for Newcastle. But the last time Nottingham Forest visited Newcastle, they were able to defeat the home team 3-1. This one is expected to be super entertaining, but against all the odds, I'm not expecting too many goals in this game. I believe that the teams are gonna settle down for a point each. My score prediction for this game is 1-1 draw. And my tip is under 2.5 goals, meaning 2 or less goals, odds 2.23. Last match of the week, one of the best games of the weekend, Manchester City hosting Liverpool, 4th against the 1st. Manchester City had to play against Real Madrid at home. They lost the game 3-2, and right after that they had another super important game against Newcastle and they beat them 4-0 at home. And they have another midweek game against Real Madrid and have to visit Santiago Bernabeu. Liverpool from the other side were able to defeat Wolves at home 2-1, but their second half performance was really concerning. They had 0 shots on target. They led Wolves to score 1 and almost led them to make a comeback again, just like they did against Everton. But luckily, they were able to survive that game and won the game 2-1. This is expected to be one of the games of the week indeed. I'm looking forward to this game as well. In reverse fixture, Liverpool were able to defeat City 2-0 at home. And once again, to even out the forces, both teams have a tough midweek game. Manchester City visiting Spain, as I already mentioned, and Liverpool have to visit Villa Park for a midweek EPL game. And the fun fact is, the last time Liverpool visited City, the game ended 1-1 draw. But this time around, I believe Liverpool may be a little bit stronger than City now. My score prediction for this game is 1-2 for Liverpool. And my tip is both teams to score combined with under 4.5 goals, odds 1.90. That's all guys, that was Premier League Week 26 predictions. Do not hesitate or be shy to leave your comments and predictions in the comment section. I'll try to reply to every single comment. Also put thumbs up if you liked the video. And don't forget to subscribe so you're not gonna miss our next releases. And bye for now.